are your gardens doing? I assume that a lot of people are gardening, and especially because, with the pandemic, not too many people are going on vacation. We are included. So we stayed home and we've been doing a lot of gardening, more than normal. In August, no matter where you are, almost anywhere you are in the world, August will be a harvest month when you will harvest a lot of vegetables. If you're a cooler climate, this is where you will harvest a lot of things and start to prepare your garden for the fall. Here in San Diego, for us, we are harvesting a lot of things and preserving and actually restarting our garden. That's going to be for winter gardening. So one thing we've been doing is harvesting a lot of peaches. We have peaches and nectarine trees that we planted 4 years ago, and they're giving us a lot of fruit. So what I do is I cut them off like they call it the flesh, but I don't know why they call it the flesh because it sounds kind of weird. But anyway, and freeze it for smoothies and for pies and whatever we want to do later during the winter. But the peach pits, I save those and I actually make peach pit jam, because the thing is that there's a lot of little flesh and a lot of flavor in the peach pits, and I'm going to show you today how I do this. This is like the 0 waste cooking, and it makes the most amazing jam, and from something that normally you would throw away. So follow along how I do this.
So take the peach pit and put them into water, and then I'll bring it to a boil. And you only have to cook it for about, I would say, 5 minutes or so, and then put it aside and let it cool down. When the liquid is cool enough that you can put your hands in, this is when you want to remove the pits. So I just use my hands and squeeze off all the little fruit pieces and remove any dark pieces that doesn't look very appetizing or any stems. And then I will put it in the blender and mix it up just to break up any chunky pieces. Or you can use your hands and squeeze just to make it a little less chunky. And then now it's time to add some lemon. So juice from half a lemon. And then I add sugar. So I do about 1 cup of sugar per 2 cups of liquid. Now that might seem like a lot of sugar, and you can reduce this by adding a clear gel, a cooking kind, that will thicken it without cooking so long or adding so much sugar. But anyway, I will put all the recipe for this in the description box. But you're going to bring it to a boil and remove any foam on top. And now it's going to be time while the jam is cooking to disinfect the jars. So first, you're going to wash them in warm water with soap. And they're going to add them to a pot of water, including with the lids, and bring it to a boil. This will disinfect the jars. And you also want to make sure that you pour hot jam into hot jars. That's why the jars won't break, and also this will actually preserve them so they will stay fresh and last much longer. So I've just poured the jam into these warm, or hot I should say, jars, and then add the lid on right away. So be careful because the jam is really, really hot. Let them cool off. And this is just how I make my peach jam. Now this jam will last in the pantry for, I would say, a year. And once you open it, you want to keep it in the fridge. But, it is just the most amazing jam. Homemade jam is just the best thing ever. And it's so easy to make. One happy customer.
Hi, we're the 0 Waste family. We are sharing our story on how we're raising 3 children, 0 waste, plant-based, and mindfully minimal on an urban homestead.
We live just 10 minutes from downtown San Diego. We grow most of our own food with the goals of being sustainable and self-reliant.
In our ebook, 0 Waste for Families, we are sharing inspiring tips and recipes for how to reduce waste with kids.
Thank you for watching and enjoy.